Welcome back. Welcome back to the Arsenal podcast with Mikosi. We missed the early Arsenal paper talk, internet problems. Anyway, Dani Ceballos is back. This story is almost 13 hours ago. I just want to react to it and then get out of this place. We shall be doing the subsequent transfer talk shows later on. Now, officially announced Dani Ceballos by the Arsenal website. Ceballos is back. Dani is back. Ceballos returns on loan. That's what we have written on our official website. And they are saying Dynamite Dani, the very best of Dani Ceballos. So he's back on another loan deal. We are not going to be paying so much, money, for his loan deal, basically. But he's one of those players that we have signed in this transfer window. Really interesting. I want to go through his interview a little, and we can see what really transpired. According to what our website has, Dani Ceballos had plenty of options for this season, but there was never any doubt that he wanted to return to Arsenal. The Spaniard international joined us on Saturday for another season long, and he says he can't wait to get started all over again. Get yours, Ceballos shirt 8 from Arsenal. So he's going to be putting on shirt number 8 at Arsenal as well. And of course, in his own words, he said, I'm very pleased to be back with Arsenal. I'm very happy to have come back to a club where I feel important. Ceballos told Arsenal Digital, it's true that I had other options such as staying at Real Madrid and going back to the Spanish league where there were many teams interested in me. I spoke to the coach last year before the Emirates Cup final and told him that I wanted to stay at Arsenal and win titles. It had been really happy with what Mikel had built at the club since he came in. I had a great time at his club last season, and there was never any doubt in my mind that I wanted to come back to Arsenal. I think everybody can see what Mikel Arteta is doing at the club. He's only been here for 8 months. There were 3 competitions we could fight for. We got knocked out of the Europa League unfairly, in my view, but then we won the FA Cup and Community Shield, which were well-deserved titles. More from Dani Ceballos, he says, more than that, though, it's not about what he's created here. There is real positive energy in the dressing room. The players are happy and everyone is doing their bit. We are bringing through young players, which I think is really important for this club because it's something that always been done here. Mikel is the right person to get this club back to where it deserves to be, which I believe is in the Champions League, competing against the best teams in Europe. That is Dani Ceballos speaking on his first interview. Of course, all of us were thinking, what is Arsenal doing in the transfer summer? Finally, we know what we have done. We have brought in back Dani Ceballos on a potential loan deal. And of course, we are not going to sign him. That is the most interesting, and baffling part of it. Why don't we sign him up? Because, I thought if you're going to bring back a player, on loan for another season, it's like, you need them. You want them to be, a part of your club. And we are not going to sign him. Fiorentina are doing that. They want to take Torreira and sign him up. But for us, we're not going to sign him. I really don't understand, the philosophy behind it. But Dani Ceballos is here finally. Last season, he had a very good season. I would say very good season, very nice season with Arsenal. Right now, he's back for another long season. Probably we can think about it as a good opportunity for the club because we might not get all the players we want due to the finances and so on, but by the fact that we can get players like Dani Ceballos in, we can get players like Willian on a free transfer, Dani Ceballos on a loan deal, probably shows that maybe when we get the money, we shall do much more better work. So for me, I can say congratulations, Arsenal, congratulations, all the Gunners, and finally here we are. FTF had an interview yesterday with Fabrizio Romano, and Fabrizio said that he doesn't think the party and hour will happen because of the money both clubs want. Of course, that's that's really interesting. That's really interesting because I was watching the same interview with Fabrizio Romano, and actually said in the transfers, you don't know what's going to happen and you don't know what's not going to happen. Transfers are really tricky, and I think he had a point. Transfers are really, really tricky, Philip. You don't know. You can wake up one day. Who knew that Ceballos was coming back? Who knew? All of us didn't know. There were no talks. There were no rumors reported around their talks between Arsenal and Ceballos. It was just a done deal from Fabrizio Romano, and it was just confirmed. So you never know what's going to happen in transfer. Ceballos last season, opinion, says Ivan. I think last season Ceballos had a very nice season, especially at the end. Leave alone the tragedy that came along with his injuries and so on. I think he had a decent season. That's the truth. He had a decent season, and I think if we can still get him to do whatever he has to do, it's something good. It's something good. I think he had a decent season. One of those players I believe can be part, an integral part of Mikel Arteta's team. Now we don't have Ozil, we don't have the Santi Cazolas. They are no longer part of us. So I think Dani Ceballos can give us that integral part of the midfield, because we are really empty in that midfield, and the best thing we can do is getting the midfielders coming in. So I think it's a good deal. It's a good deal, trust me. And last season, of course, I cannot say he had a Hail Mary. I can't say he had a Hail Mary, but I can confirm that his season was not really bad. I hope we got them from India. Everybody wants, to get in party. Everybody wants to get in, everybody wants to get in, but the money, like Fabrizio said yesterday, it's the money. If you have the money, things are easy. Look at Chelsea. They have signed in so many players because, they have the money, and, they are doing everything they can. So if we have the money, things are going to be easy. But if we cannot splash the money, then things are going to be, a little bit hard. But for me, I still think Arsenal will make a signing. I think that party deal is going to be happening. And I'll do a stream, I think, in 30 or 1 hour's time from now, and tell you why I think that, deal for Partey is going to be happening at Arsenal. I think it's going to be happening. Although Fabrizio Romano says that that things are hard and so on, but he gives us up and says anything can happen in transfers, and that's what I picked from his interview. Anything can happen in transfers. So Dani Ceballos is back. I loved his interview. Really, it shows you that he's really happy to hear. He says he's proud because the fans wanted him to come back to the Emirates Stadium. Also something very, very interesting. So guys, Dani is back. Welcome back, Dani Ceballos. I want to go get some prepare for the next stream, because this is just it's a story everybody has done. We have looked at it. Arsenal Media have done it, AFTV and everybody. So I'll come back with the Felipe Coutinho update. I wanted to give it to you yesterday, but I'm going to give it to you today. Felipe Coutinho, the chances Arsenal can get Felipe Coutinho, and of course, I'll be looking at so much more. It's good that he's back. I always felt his effect on the pitch counts. Yeah, he has that effect because I think he's better than what we have. That's the truth. That's what we have to say. He's better than what we have. The passing, the control of the midfield, But of course, for me, I would prefer if we had got Dani on a permanent deal. I think we could pay 20 million for him, and Madrid could be easily settle for that. So I think. Anyway, but thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Smash up the likes if you're live, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm coming back in a few with the Felipe Coutinho update.